Welcome you all in Make Medical Easy. Today I'm here before you because I want to deal with the microbiological examination, the procedure of practical and viva. What are the important questions and what is your approach to the practical exam? Okay, so let's start with the scheme of the WBUS for your viva or your practical exam. Okay, so before the starting, I want to say that there is oral and viva exam. There is in the oral and viva exam there is two table. One is general bacteriology, systemic bacteriology and immunology, and another is the virology, mycology and parasitology. Okay, there are two examination of viva. One is bacteriological part, immunological part, and another is virological part. Okay, next you have to perform the practicals. Practicals, the identification of unknown bacteria, Zeren stool smear examination or microscopical examination, then slide agglutination test, laboratory notebook and spotting. Spotting, they can give you culture bottles, the identification of spores, that's it. Okay, so this is very easy practical. First of all, you have to think it is a very easy practical. The microbiology practical is very easy. So let's start with the practical part. Okay, so about the practical part, I want to deal here what you have to study, which topic you have to study. Please note, don't write anything. I will provide this PDF. Please note which point you have to study. First of all, you have to study the microscope. The microscope, the eyepiece, the objective, the power of objectives, when there is oil immersion, when there is high magnification, and what is the function of them. You have to study the part and use of the microscopy. Then you have to study the culture media and the culture techniques, like simple methods, what is the agar, then enrichment media and enriched media, some transport media, blood culture media. They are important questions. Then you have to study the sterilization methods and the purpose of the sterilization, like what is the basic principle of sterilization, what is the instrument sterilization, what is the chemical in agent for the sterilization. You have to study that. Next, the study is the morphological characteristics of bacteria. In this section, the Jensen, the Albertson and Gram-Stein is very important. Next, you have to study about the motility of the bacteria. What is the motility of the bacteria? You have to may perform the hanging up method in your exam, but you have to mention these four when your examiner, external or internal, asks you what are the different methods of the motility rather than the hanging up methods. So these four are very important. Okay. Then coming to the serological test, VDRL and RPR. There may be kit of ELISA, kit of VDRL, kit of RPR may be present there, and agglutination test you have to perform, the latest agglutination test you have to perform in your practical exam. Then the stool examination, blood smear examination and marrow examination is very important. This examination is for the parasite, maybe malarial parasite, LD body and microfilaria, eggs and spores, and there are some adult parasite in a jar. You have to identify them and you have to face viva. Then examination of the, what I am saying, that examination of the stool of the ova, parasite, the cyst in the saline or iodine preparation. Then they can ask you what is bile stain or not bile stain. They fall under this type of examination. Okay, so now I am starting about the viva questions. You have to study. There is a huge list. Don't panic. Just I mention most of them which may important in your practical exam. Just follow the order of the questions and please study among all of this. Okay, so start with the sterilization and autoclave. You have to study the sterilization and autoclave. Okay, then you have to study the site of action of the antimicrobial agent and drug resistance. This is very important. Then the cell wall. You have to study about the anaerobic bacteria, the methods of the cultivation of the anaerobic bacteria, mainly the culture medias. Then very important question is the exotoxin and the endotoxin. Very important question is the exotoxin versus endotoxin. This is very important. Then you have to study about the bacterial spore, gene transfer, like transcription translation, very important in case of general microbiology exam. Then disinfection used in the hospitals, OT room, laboratory room, how disinfection was done. This is very important for your Viva exam. What is enrichment media? Enrichment media is very important for your Viva exam. Okay, and then the Robert Koch. The Robert Koch postulates is very important for your Viva exam. Bacterial growth curve is maybe asked. This test of disinfection, I said that disinfection is a hot topic for your Viva exam. Okay, and next about the anaerobic culture media and the aerobic culture media. This is very important. Flagella, Fimbriae, hot air oven, tinderization. They are most important among the practical Vivas. Okay. Then you have to study about the transport media. This is the main question of the transport media, is very time asked and is a favorite question of examiners. The transport media. Okay. Plasmid, mutation, PCR, and some infection like hospital acquired infection, community acquired infection is very important for your Viva purpose. Okay, so let's start with the immunology. So these are the most important topics among the general microbiology which you have to study. Next, coming to the immunology part. First is the hypersensitivity reaction you have to study. Then they ask you what is the immunity, what is the acquired immunity, what is the passive immunity. Then the complement pathway. Complement pathway is a hot topic of your Viva exam. So please study the complement pathway. Okay. Next, the IgM and IgG antibody. This is most important antibodies in our body because monoclonal antibody is present and may ask in your exam. Then they ask rather monoclonal antibodies and examples. The type 3 hypersensitivity is very important. The innate immunity, the agglutination reaction like lattice agglutination is very important. Then they ask you the phagocytic cells in your body. Then they ask you the immunofluorescence tests. Okay, and last the question among the immunology is the autoimmunity, the mechanism of the autoimmunity, and MHC, major histocompatibility complex. Okay, so this is the very important topic about the immunology. Okay, now coming to the other immunology important questions like active and passive immunity, which I am saying innate immunity. And in this year the most important question is what is about the herd immunity, because this is the very important. Live vaccine very important, heptins is very important, ELISA is very important in this year. Nasopharyngeal swab collection is very important for your exams. Okay, and NK cells, T lymphocyte, cytokines, they are the very important question which I am marking in the green. Okay, so this is about the immunological part. Coming to the bacteriological part, they ask you about the Vibrio cholerae for the diarrhea. They ask you winter fever, gas gangrene, mycobacterium tuberculosis, leprosy. Okay, then they ask you acute pyogenic meningitis, streptococcus, and they can ask you what is the most infection caused by streptococcus. Very common questions. The syphilis, Corynebacterium diphtheria, they are frequently asked question. Actinomyces is also asked, and the pyogens is the very catchy question for the examiners. The gas gangrene I am also said, this is a very important questions, and the TB, Labradorsis TB and atypical mycobacterium is very important for your exam. Okay, so they are the important from the bacteriological purpose, and the Bacillus anthrax is very important. Now coming to the next, this is the toxic shock syndrome, coagulase test, beta 2 streptococcus, and anti-hepatitis O. They are the catchy question for your Viva exam. So please don't forget to study these topics anymore. Okay, now coming to the other questions from the bacteriology, which is a vast topic. You have to study about the meningococcus meningitis, Neisseria gonorrhoeae, and toxigenicity test of diphtheria. Okay, then the Clostridium tetani, the E. coli and Shigella is very important. Okay, the tuberculin test is very important for your practical Viva and also for the grand Viva. Okay, then the cholera toxin and biotypes of the Vibrio cholerae is very biotypes of the Vibrio cholerae is very important. Pseudomonas infection is commonly asked question. Now coming to the MDR TB, they may be asked or may not be, but you have to study the Brodella toxins. This is very important for this year. And Weil-Felix reaction is very important for your exam, very important. Don't forget to study that. And Listeria also. Okay. Coming to the virology, I want to say arboviruses is very important. Then the retroviruses and also the rabies or rhabdovirus. Okay. Then hepatitis virus and orthomyxovirus. First you have to study the arbovirus and retrovirus. Arbovirus is the first study, then the retrovirus, then the rhabdovirus, and then poliovirus. Okay. And they can ask you the pathogens of the HIV, which is very common questions. And this year the most important question, I think that this is the cultivation of the viruses. Okay. Then the pathogenesis of the polio is commonly asked, and hepatitis B virus is asked. Then the post-exposure prophylaxis of the hepatitis B, HIV, and rabies, very important. Coming to the herpes simplex virus is very important, and inclusion body is commonly asked question, and cytopathic effect is very frequently asked question. Okay, and I think I forgot something. Wait, yes, this question, the characteristics of the Enterobacteriaceae. This is very hot topic question for your Viva exams. The characteristics of the Enterobacteriaceae. Okay. Then antigenic shift, antigenic drift is very important. Hepatitis B vaccine is important. Okay. Now coming to the classification of the DNA virus and RNA virus. What are the DNA virus? What are the RNA virus? Commonly asked. And then the lytic cycle and lysogenic cycle of the bacteriophage is very important, or the virus is important. And lastly, the coronavirus in this year. This is a hot topic in your practical, maybe asked in your Viva. There's a high chance to be asked about the pathogenicity, about the mode of transmission, about the what are the antigenicity of the coronavirus is maybe asked, not antigenicity, sorry, maybe asked the mode of infection, how they cultivated the virus, what is the type of virus. I will provide another PDF of the coronavirus in your WhatsApp groups. Okay. Coming to the mycology, the commonly asked question about the mycology is the classification of the fungi. Okay. Then the opportunistic fungal infection associated with the AIDS, most important question. Okay. Then the question is the most common question is the Madhura food. It is very important. Okay. And the coliform count, very important questions. The candidiasis is commonly asked question. But first you have to study classification of the fungus, opportunistic fungus, and dermatophytes. Okay. And then you have to study the dimorphic fungus. Okay. Coming to the parasitology, you have to study this. You have to study because parasitology is a most commonly asked and commonly favorite topic of the Viva external and internals. Their life cycles, their infective stage, and their what is the mode of infections and what are the complications commonly asked. Okay, and how you investigate, lab investigation. So please study all of this. Okay. Now I want to just quick revision of the bacterial your practical exam. Like in case of practical Viva, I am just telling what is the practical, how the practical is performed, and what is the Viva question you have to face. Okay, like in the practical Viva, in case of disinfection or sterilization, the chemical agents, the alcohol, what are the alcohols? Ethyl alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, methyl alcohol. What are they? They are the antiseptics. They use as hand wash. They use for disinfection of thermometers. They use for the disinfection of the thermometers, and they can cause damage. Alcohol can cause damage in the lens, rubber, and plastics. Now coming to the aldehyde, what the aldehyde is present here: formaldehyde and glutaldehyde. Formaldehyde is mainly bactericidal, sporicidal, and virucidal. Most important. In case of glutaldehyde, they most attack the tubercle bacilli, fungi, and viruses. Coming to the sterilization, the formaldehyde is used for the metal instrument sterilization. In case of glutaldehyde, it is mainly used for the rubber, bronchoscope, cystoscope, anesthetic tube. these tubes, bronchoscopes, the scopes type of materials is mainly disinfection by butylaldehyde. Okay, the toxic in the eyes and skin. What is the more toxic? Which is the Sidal? So formaldehyde is more toxic in our skin and eyes. Coming to the dyes. Dyes, there are two dyes most important. One is the aniline and one is the acridine. Okay, aniline, what is the use, what is the nature, which is bacteriostatic and which is bactericidal? How you remember? See, there is aniline. Okay, aniline, lean hai. Lean means static hai. Okay, and acridine, dynamic. So this is not static. This is my technique. You can use another technique. Now coming to the halogen, iodine and chlorine is most important. And what is the mode of action? You can clearly here see there is the mode of action of the iodine, of the chlorine, and what is the use of iodine as antiseptic and chlorine as a disinfectant. Coming to the phenol, most commonly asked material, the phenol, it can cause damage of the cell membrane. It's mainly inactive with the enzymes, and protein denaturation is the main function of the phenol. Okay, now coming to the oxidizing agents. These oxidizing agents is commonly asked in your HIPAA exam. Sorry. Okay. So after the getting PDF, please follow the whole of the part. So I am going for the mainly the sterilization of the individual items, which is mainly asked, like room, OT room, and wards mainly sterilized by aldehyde. The inoculation loop, inoculation hood, the safety cabinets mainly by UV rays. The skin by alcohol and iodine. The glass wires mainly by hot air open. The rubber catheter mainly by steaming. Latex by washing the autoclave. Okay. Then the lab instruments by butylaldehyde, like scopes, bronchoscope, cystoscope, these types of. Coming to the culture, the water, peptone, meat extract, yeast extract, blood and serum. Another video of the practical I separately made. I give the link in the description. I want to just say what's the important point you have to notice. This is the copper. Why the copper? This is actually, this is the water, not copper distillates, because copper is inactive or inhibit some bacterial growth. Okay, so in the water, not copper distilled water is needed as. Okay, in case of peptone, some growth factors present there. What are the growth factors present in the peptone? The riboflavin and nicotinic acid. This is the important about the peptone. Coming to the meat extracts, what is the most important findings in the meat extracts is the vitamin B complex. You don't have to forget these type of stuffs. In the yeast E, vitamin E. In case of B, like in the meat, just add this. This is the vitamin B, and this is the yeast, E for E. Okay, so meat extracts, vitamin B, yeast, E. Okay, so this is the most important questions. Now coming to the blood. In case of blood, what is the blood? First, this is the anticoagulated blood, and what is the anticoagulant used here? Oxalate and citrate. Okay, now coming to the serum. Serum mainly used can be sterilized by filtration method. Coming to the solidifying agents, what is first is gelatin and second is the agar. Gelatin liquefies as 24 degrees Celsius and agar liquefied as 42 degrees Celsius. Just ulta, 42 and 24. 24 gelatin and 42 agar. How you remember? This is my technique here. Gelatin 1 watt, 24 degrees Celsius. 2 watts, 42 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now coming to the, this is the master chart. I will provide the PDF. You have to read the all things, all of the things in this, because all of the VIVA exams and all the VIVA questions, I guarantee that in this PDF, in this master chart, all questions have come. All. Okay. Just read peptone water, nutrient broth, nutrient agar, blood agar, Mekong agar, chocolate agar. Read all of the stuffs, all, and any question is not missed in your exams. Okay, just you have to study all of them. When I provide the PDF, just study all of them. Okay, and now coming to the instruments, this is the nutrient water, this is the RCM media, most important asked questions. This is the peptone water, this is the Dorset egg media, this is the nutrient agar and colorless. You can clearly notice that. Blood agar, what is the chocolate agar, McConkey agar, the single filter, this is the agar powder. Okay, this is the glucose broths. This is the needle part packed. If there is a packed, then this is the pre-sterilized. Okay, and disposable seal with needle if there is still present. This is the sewage asbestos filter. There is the inoculation loop, membrane filter, one membrane, and there is a sintered glass filter, and there is the maybe come in exam, not come. Coming to the practical exams, I am quickly telling you what is the procedure and how you to perform in case of gram staining. First of all, gram staining. Clearly notice that what is the technique. You have to remember three number 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just remember 1, 2, 3. Okay. First you have to write 1 for 1 minute, 2 for 2 minutes, 3 2 to 3 seconds. Second 3. Okay. In case of if you used the primary stain is Christian violet, you can clearly notice Christian violet. The Christian violet you give in the first is make the smear, then see this is I think this is the smear. I make the smear, I put the Christian violet for 1 minute, then wash it. Next I add grams iodine, wait for 2 minutes and then wash it. After that I have to add decolorizer. Now in the decolorizer that's 1 to 3 1 to 3. Okay, one is I can use mixture acid and alcohol, then 1 2 means 10 seconds to 20 seconds. Second alcohol 30 seconds, and if acetone 3 seconds. So 10 20 30 3 1 to 3 only. Just remember commonly we use alcohol or acetone. If acetone, just in when there is washing, just add the acetone. Okay, and what for 2 to 3 seconds only. Then you have to add the suffering or the counter stain, then you have to wait for 1 minute. So just 1 2 3, you have to remember 3 number in case of gram staining. Then wash and dry in the oil immersion. If there is purple cocci or bacilli, maybe pink cocci or bacilli. Very commonly asked Viva questions in case of gram staining. Why? What is the difference between gram positive and gram negative? So mainly they want to know about the lipopolysaccharide and teichoic acid, about the gram positive and gram negative cell wall. So they can ask you about the gram positive, gram negative cell wall differentiation, and what is the cocci, what is the bacilli, and what is the why the purple color is here. Okay, purple color is for the mainly the staining purpose. When there is a gram negative, okay, when there is a gram negative bacteria, the primary stain is not there, the counter stain taken about the bacteria. Okay, now coming to the Zeden stain. If you have to perform Zeden stain, just follow what I am saying. Why the first of all you have to face this question, why the Zeden stain is positive? Because in case of Mycobacterium tuberculosis or Mycobacterium bacteria, you have to say the mecolic acid and the lipids in the high fatty acid in the cell wall in the acid fast bacilli make the cell membrane less permeable. Okay, so this is the most important about the Zeden stain. Now coming to the procedure. What is the procedure? First you have to take a test tube, and then 5 ml carbonfuran is added, heat is there, and steam is produced. When the steam is first produced, just steam is appeared, you have to pour the carbonfuran on the slide and then wait for 10 minutes, then wash. Then 20% HO4 is added until the pink color is seen. When the pink color is seen, wash it. Then the counter stain methylene blue is added, wait for a few seconds and then wash it and see in the oil immersion. Okay, so they can ask you So they can ask you about the Mycobacterium tuberculosis, which are the bacteria may be positive here. Firstly, you have to say this is acid fast bacteria like Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Nocardia, then the Mycobacterium lepri, and spores of the bacteria. They positive in the Zeden strain. So what is the modification of Zeden strain? Most commonly asked questions. Like Mycobacterium tuberculosis, we have to add 20% H2SO4. In case of lepri, 5%. TB20, T for 20, T20 होता है ना, T20, T20. Leprosy, P for 5, okay. Leprosy, P for 5 or 5, okay. Then there is a nocardia, नो ही कर दिया तो एक देंगे हम, ठीक है, तो 1%. नो कर दिया 1%. स्पोर्स ऑफ बैक्टीरिया, ऐसे ही स्पोर है उससे भी कम देंगे हम, 0.5%. एंड देयर इज ए ब्रुसेला. इन केस ऑफ ब्रुसेला वी हैव टू ऐड AB, A for acetic acid, B for brucella, AB. Okay, this is the my technique to remember. You may follow this technique or you may adopt another techniques. What is the technique? Mycobacterium TB20, okay. Then T20, TB20, Mycobacterium TB, okay. Leprosy, P पर 5%. नो कर दिया, अगर नो ही कर दिया 1 देंगे, 1%. देन स्पोर्स ऑफ बैक्टीरिया उससे भी कम है, 0.5%. और AB, TB, AB, A for acetic acid, B for brucella, okay. And other methods of the staining of the Mycobacterium, they can ask you that, you have to set that, okay. Now coming to the acidifier organism, mainly in the bright red color, okay. And carbon should not be overheated. This is the most commonly asked question about the Zeden staining, okay. Now coming to the motility test, you have to perform the motility test. This is the taking the cover slip, this is the cover slip. Then you have to put the plasticine, you have to add the colony and the NS, normal saline, and you have to put over the slide, and you have to focus in the microscope, and you have to notice the motilities. And there is the technique you have to follow, or you may not follow, you may follow, may not follow, okay. And there is the other technique of the Mycobacterium or other bacteria's motility testing, maybe negative, maybe positive, okay. Then the coagulase test, you have to perform coagulase test in case of Streptococcus if they come in your unidentified bacteria, okay. So this is the slide coagulase technique, and they can ask you about the tube coagulase technique, okay. So this is the very easy, I don't want to discuss that because another full video is there. Coming to the identification of the bacteria, and now coming the main technique of your practical. Again I am saying here because I say already in my another video, but I am still here to for you, only for you. First of all, Staphylococcus aureus, if clearly notice, clearly here, if nutrient agar is only there, no biochemical rack, only nutrient agar is there, okay, then the bacteria may be Streptococcus aureus or Bacillus subtilis. Streptococcus aureus cocci and Bacillus is dot shaped. Clearly they can identify with the gram stain, only gram stain, that's it. And if the nutrient agar with the biochemical rack, this is the most easier, because without anything you can say that this is the Pseudomonas aeruginosa, okay. So this is about the nutrient agars. Nutrient agar with biochemical rack, Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Nutrient agar without biochemical rack, do gram staining, positive gram coccus means Staphylococcus, gram rod, there is mean Bacillus subtilis, okay. Now coming to the, when they give you the MacConkey agar, the MacConkey agar with biochemical rack, all of they are gram negative along with the Pseudomonas aeruginosa, okay. Then just follow the indole and urease. If first of all, if they are both negative, if indole and urease both negative, then this is the Salmonella typhi. Indole and urease both negative, Salmonella typhi, okay. Indole and urease both positive, indole and urease both positive, then this is the Proteus vulgaris, Okay, both negative Salmonella typhi, both positive Pseudomonas, both positive Proteus falcaris, and indole positive only indole E. coli, just mirror like that, only indole E. coli and urease negative, and just ulta indole negative and urease positive. Indole negative, urease positive, there are two possibilities, one is Klebsiella and one is Proteus mirabilis. Then you have to notice in the acid and gas is formed in all glucose, mannitol and lactose, then this is the Klebsiella, and there is no reaction in case of mannitol and lactose, then there is a Proteus mirabilis. Okay, again I am saying that both negative Salmonella typhi, both positive there is a Proteus falcaris, only indole positive there is the E. coli, only urease positive and acid gas produced in all three Klebsiella. Indole negative, urease positive, but acid and gas not produced in lactose and mannitol. This is the Pseudomonas, Proteus mirabilis. Okay, so this is the technique you can identify clearly, just few seconds. Okay, so that is the example. What is the positive, what is the negative? Just follow the PDF, and I am giving you the drawings. What you have to draw, what is the bile stain or non-bile stain, and what you have to write in your Viva. You have to face Viva exams along with the questions of the uncommon bacteria or unknown bacteria, and what you have to write in your questions. You can clearly remember this chart. This is more than enough. This is more than enough. When I am providing this chart, just read top to bottom. Don't forget to study each and any word, and you will definitely rock in your microbiology exam. This is about the today's class. I think you all enjoy it. Just give me your feedback. I'll definitely come back with other videos. Thank you so much.